Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Beast EM2 video. Today I have a great team that it's just, for me, it's a classic. It's going to be Machamp, Venusaur, and Gengar in the Ultra League. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the commentary. Machamp is very, very good. As you can see there, those counters, and it's a Shadow Machamp as well. So these counters are going to be hitting a little bit harder. Scizor comes in with a Night Slash. We're able to take that very, very comfortably. They bring in a Togekiss. We have access to Rock Slide, which is perfect. We're going to be able to throw this Rock Slide and hopefully pick up the shield right there. And now they're able to farm us down. So now we're going to be coming in here with our Gengar. We are ahead on shield. So they managed to swap into Swampert on the charge move. Gengar is very, very good. I love Gengar in the Ultra League. And as you can see there, it is a Water Gun variant of the Swampert, which is going to be even better. So as you can see, our opponent forfeits the match. So GG's to my opponent. Let's go ahead and jump into the next battle right here. Machamp versus this Sceptile. Sceptile is very, very spammy, very annoying. So hopefully we're able to pick up some good damage against this Sceptile. They do have access to Breaking Swipe, which is going to be dropping our attack, making our Shadow Machamp very, very weak now. As you can see there, we're not going to be shielding this up because we have a Venusaur and we have a Gengar in the back. So you really want to save your shields for the Gengar, because Gengar is very, very glassy. As you can see there, we're not able to knock out the Sceptile. So now in comes Gengar. We're able to get to a Shadow Claw and not receive any damage. In comes Greninja. So that alignment is very, very poor. They do bring in a Gengar, and like I said, Gengar is very glassy. So we just need to go for the first charge move that we have, which is going to be Frenzy Plant. We are ahead on shield, which is something that we could use to our advantage. As you can see, we are pulling up our shield right there. Shadow Punch comes in, and now we're going to be able to get to another Frenzy Plant. Like I said, do as much damage as we possibly can, because we need to pick up those shields. Gengar now is still very, very good, but we're able to shield up right there with that Shadow Punch. And they shouldn't be able to get to another charge move, but they did. And unfortunately right there, Shadow Punch is going to hurt, but we're still able to survive it. They bring in their Greninja, and we just didn't win the CMP. So we go down. So we saved all that energy, and hopefully Greninja doesn't survive this Shadow Ball, but they're able to resist Ghost type moves, and it's not enough. And like I said, Great Gengar is very, very glassy. This right here was just bad luck. We are going to be going down to this Greninja and call it a good game. So GG's to my opponent. Like I said, that's part of the Go Battle League. We did everything right. If we would have won the CMP tie, we would have easily picked up that game. But they bring in Trevenant, and Trevenant actually replaces Gengar in the Ultra League meta, because Trevenant is a little bit more tankier. But the issue is that Trevenant will be doing resisted damage with those Seed Bombs. We will be doing super effective even with our charge moves. So it's going to be obvious that our opponent needs to shield in order to come out on top in this matchup. As you can see, we are going to be ahead on shields. And like I said, Gengar is going to go down regardless. So we're going to let that charge move go through. So now Venusaur comes in here against this Trevenant. And like I said, same thing here. I believe we aren't going to shield because we're not anticipating a Shadow Ball. Unfortunately though, they did manage to throw a Shadow Ball, and it's going to hit us hard. But that is going to be okay. As you can see there, we're able to knock out. Shields are down. They bring in a Steelix. Then they bring in a Swampert, which actually Machamp does very, very well against Swampert if you're ahead on shields. As you can see there, we have one shield, which is going to be literally everything that we need in order to come out on top, because we're going to be able to shield up this first Hydro Cannon. Counter does a lot of damage already, so this Cross Chop is going to be finishing up this Swampert. As you can see there, we're able to farm it down. We have a little bit of energy right there. Now in comes the Steelix. We get to the Cross Chop, and Shadow Machamp should be doing a decent amount of damage towards that Steelix. As you can see, this Breaking Swipe, which I'm anticipating because that's all you see on Steelix, will not be enough to knock us out. But we're going to be swapping into our Venusaur to try to get to this Frenzy Plant and call it a good game to our opponent. So as you can see, that Frenzy Plant is going to knock out that Steelix, and that's a GG's to my opponent. Let's go ahead and jump into the next video. I mean the next matchup right here. We have a great lead right there with Melmetal. They swap into Cresselia, so we're gonna swap immediately into Gengar. And in this matchup, I wouldn't play, and I would just go straight Shadow Ball. There's gonna be no need to try to get a shield or shield baiting, because Shadow Ball will hit this Cresselia hard, and Cresselia is tanky already. As you can see, they didn't see that coming, and were able to win that matchup very, very comfortably. Right there. Now they're going to be bringing in their Melmetal, which is going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to be okay with that, because Shadow Ball is going to be thrown right there. They don't shield that up, which is even better for us. And now Gengar right there is really, really putting in the work. Almost able to knock out 2 Pokemon. We are going to let this Rock Slide go through though, because we want to keep that Machamp alignment. And they bring in Swampert, which is going to be even better for us, because we're going to be able to target shields right here and put that shield pressure. Still no shield, and I believe we failed to swap on the charge move. We are going to save our shield for the Venusaur, and I believe we're actually just going to stay in this matchup. And like I said, we want to pick up shields. We feel like we could, as you could see there. And now this Swampert, now we're going to be shielding up. And I believe we're going to go for the farm down. If we're investing shields right here, might as well go for the farm down. And our opponent forfeits right there. So GG's to my opponent. Let's go ahead and jump into the last battle of the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Cresselia, we're going to be coming in with our Venusaur now in this matchup instead of the Gengar. And try to go for those Frenzy Plants, simply because if it's a Moonblast Grass Knot variant of the Cresselia, then we shouldn't have a problem. As you can see there, it also has access to a Psychic move, which is why I shielded that first move. And now that I know that it just threw Moonblast, we aren't going to be using our shields that much. As you can see, we are going to let this charge move go through. And it's just going to be a Moonblast, which is going to be okay. They bring in Virizion, where now we're going to be able to get to a Sludge Bomb and do a lot of damage to this Virizion right there. And just out of nowhere, our opponent forfeits, and we call that a good game to my opponent. So there you guys have it. Machamp, Venusaur, and Gengar in the Ultra League. Let me know down below what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.